Today, we'll recap Jack the Giant Slayer, where a young farmer must stop a terrifying army of giants before they destroy the kingdom. The story begins with Jack, a young boy who lives with his father. Jack loves listening to the giant stories his mother used to read before she passed away. Long ago, a group of monks discovered magical creatures that they believed could lead them to heaven. When they reached the top, they found a mysterious land between the earth and the sky called Gantua. Gantua was home to a terrifying race of giants. The giants climbed down magical beanstalks and began attacking the people below. At the same time, young Princess Isabelle is listening to the same story. The monks finally discovered a way to defeat the giants. They melted the heart of a giant to create a magical crown. The crown was placed on King Eric's head. Using the crown, King Eric controlled the giants and forced them back to Gantua. The magical beanstalks were cut down, peace returned, and the crown was buried with King Eric. Over time, the entire story became nothing more than a legend. Jack asks his father if the giants could ever return. His father tells him that if they ever came back, King Eric's descendants would stop them. He leaves the room, believing the story is only a fairy tale. Meanwhile, Isabelle's mother reminds her that she is a descendant of King Eric. After his father leaves, Jack continues reading the book by himself. The book warns that one day the giants will return. It says they will wage war against humanity and kill every living heir of King Eric. 10 years later, Jack has grown into a young man. His uncle sends him to the city to sell their horse. He warns Jack not to waste any time. As soon as Jack arrives, he is distracted by a theater performance. While watching the show, he notices a beautiful young woman in the crowd. She notices him looking at her. Before the play is over, 3 men begin bothering her. When she tries to walk away, Jack follows her and steps in to help. One of the men punches Jack in the face. Even so, Jack stands his ground and calmly tells them to leave her alone. Just then, the king's guards arrive. They are led by Sir Elmont. The 3 troublemakers quickly begin apologizing. Jack watches in confusion. The young woman climbs onto a horse. The crowd immediately kneels before her. Jack finally realizes she is someone important. By the time he looks back, his cart has been stolen. Back at the castle, a frightened monk named Wick comes to meet the king's chief advisor, Roderick. Roderick quickly becomes suspicious of Wick's strange behavior. He rushes to the chamber of the late King Eric. There, he discovers that the magical beans have been stolen. However, the magical crown is still safely in its place. Roderick orders General Anton to seal the city gates. He also tells him to make sure Wick cannot escape. Wick realizes that the guards are searching for him. He notices Jack nearby trying to sell his horse. Wick offers Jack a trade. Jack is unsure at first. The monk tells him the beans are magical and will be worth a fortune someday. He warns Jack never to lose the beans. He also tells him never to let them get wet. While Jack is still thinking, Wick grabs the horse and runs away. He does not get very far. Roderick's men catch him before he can leave the city. When Jack returns home, his uncle angrily scolds him for losing the horse. Meanwhile, at the palace, the king scolds Princess Isabelle for refusing to marry Roderick. Isabelle firmly tells her father that she is not a helpless woman. She angrily storms out of the room. Furious, Jack's uncle throws the magical beans onto the table and walks away. Meanwhile, Roderick and his men question the monk Wick. Wick warns them that the magic beans should have stayed buried. He says they were created with dark magic and cannot be controlled. Ignoring the warning, Roderick kills him. That night, Jack worries because his uncle has not returned during the storm. At the same time, Princess Isabelle secretly leaves the castle. She gets lost in the dark forest. She notices a light coming from Jack's house and walks toward it. Jack is about to search for his uncle when Isabelle knocks on the door. He invites her inside. They begin talking, pretending they do not recognize each other. Jack shows her the same giant storybook he loved as a child. He asks who she is running away from. Isabelle says she is running from her father's plan to marry her to Roderick. Neither of them notices rain leaking through the roof. The water falls onto one of the magic beans. Suddenly, the house starts shaking. A giant beanstalk bursts out of the ground and grows into the sky. Jack is thrown outside. Isabelle becomes trapped inside the rising house. Jack climbs the beanstalk to save her. When Isabelle opens the door, she accidentally knocks Jack off the stalk. As he falls, he grabs her bracelet. Jack survives the fall but is knocked unconscious. The next morning, the king arrives and sees the enormous beanstalk. He finds Jack holding Isabelle's bracelet. One of the guards recognizes Jack and confirms he is telling the truth. After hearing Jack's story, the king orders Jack and Sir Elmont to rescue Isabelle. They begin the dangerous climb up the giant beanstalk. The journey is long and exhausting. Roderick secretly has his own plan. During the climb, a guard named Craw tries to push Jack off the stalk. Jack nearly falls but is pulled back to safety. By the time they reach the top, only 6 men are still alive. They discover the remains of Jack's house. However, Princess Isabelle is nowhere to be found. The group spreads out to search the strange land above the clouds. Roderick secretly threatens Jack. He demands the remaining magic beans. Jack gives him the pouch. However, Jack secretly keeps one bean hidden. Elmont and Craw discover Isabelle's trail. They quickly follow it. Jack finds Isabelle's book on the ground. He believes she must be nearby. Soon they notice broken branches. They realize something huge has carried her away. Elmont divides the group into two teams. Jack joins Elmont and Craw to search for food. Instead, they walk into a giant trap. Elmont tries to free everyone. Just then, a massive giant appears. They hide before the giant notices them. The giant swallows an entire sheep in one bite. Soon it smells Craw. The giant catches him almost immediately. Elmont attacks to save him. The giant easily knocks Elmont unconscious. It carries both men away. Jack quietly follows the giant without being seen. Meanwhile, Roderick reaches a waterfall with the rest of his group. He tricks one of the soldiers by pretending he has spotted Princess Isabelle. As the soldier looks away, Roderick pushes him into a deep gorge. Moments later, a giant grabs Wick and swallows him whole. Another giant appears and attacks Roderick. Roderick quickly puts on King Eric's magical crown. The crown forces the giant to obey him and saves his life. Meanwhile, Jack secretly follows the giant to its village. There, he finds Princess Isabelle being held prisoner. She is guarded by a giant with two heads. The giant demands to know how she arrived there. It also asks whether more humans are coming. Isabelle insists that she came alone. The two-headed giant recognizes that she is a descendant of King Eric. It alerts the other giants that humans have returned. Soon another giant arrives carrying Elmont and Craw. The giant leader questions them. Instead of answering, Craw insults the giant. The giant immediately swallows Craw whole. Jack quietly sneaks closer without being seen. General Fallon threatens to eat Isabelle unless Elmont tells the truth. The giants then begin arguing over who gets to eat her first. At that moment, Roderick arrives wearing the magical crown. Every giant, including General Fallon, kneels before him. Elmont believes they have been rescued. Instead, Roderick walks past him and sits on the giant king's throne. He orders the giants to fight for him. He commands them to invade the human kingdom at dawn. Although Fallon obeys, he clearly hates taking orders from Roderick. While exploring the giant city, Jack discovers a room filled with treasures stolen from Earth. He then hears Isabelle begging for her life. The giants are preparing to eat her. Jack quietly sneaks toward her cage. When one of the giants walks away, Jack tries to free her. However, he cannot open the cage. He then reaches Elmont and secretly hands him a knife. Soon the giant returns. It covers Elmont with dough. The giant places him inside a giant oven, planning to bake him alive. Jack climbs above the oven. At the same time, Elmont breaks free from the dough. The giant pulls Isabelle out of her cage. Jack quickly grabs a giant knife. He jumps onto the giant and stabs it. Elmont escapes. Isabelle starts running. The wounded giant crashes into a wall. The impact kills it. Elmont is shocked that Jack defeated a giant. Jack tells him to follow without wasting time. The three of them escape together. Jack, Elmont, and Isabelle reach a river. They discover a giant sleeping across the water. Jack comes up with a clever plan. He places a beehive inside the giant's helmet. Then they quickly run away. The angry bees sting the giant. Blinded by the swarm, the giant loses its balance and falls into the deep gorge. After escaping, Jack and Isabelle happily hug each other. Elmont notices that they have fallen in love. He tells Jack to take Princess Isabelle safely home. Elmont decides to stay behind and keep an eye on Roderick. Jack and Isabelle begin climbing down the giant beanstalk. Far below, the king spots the fallen giant. He realizes the danger to his kingdom. Although he wants to save his daughter, he orders the soldiers to cut down the beanstalk. The general hesitates, but the king insists. The soldiers begin cutting the giant stalk. Meanwhile, Elmont confronts Roderick. During their fight, the remaining magic beans fall onto the ground. Roderick calls for the giants to help him. General Fallon refuses and lets the two men fight alone. Elmont manages to wound Roderick. Roderick pushes Elmont over the edge. Before falling, Elmont stabs Roderick, killing him. Roderick dies before the giants can save him. General Fallon takes the magical crown and declares himself the new king of the giants. As the beanstalk collapses, Jack and Isabelle struggle to survive. Jack grabs a hanging vine. The two safely swing away from the falling stalk. Elmont also survives by jumping clear before the stalk crashes into the royal palace. The king believes his daughter has died. Moments later, Elmont and Isabelle appear safely from the wreckage. The king is overjoyed. He thanks Jack for saving his daughter. Jack sadly says goodbye to Isabelle and leaves her his favorite storybook. It seems the adventure is finally over. However, Fallon finds the remaining magic beans on Roderick's body. He throws them into the water. A brand new giant beanstalk instantly grows into the sky. The giant army begins climbing down toward the kingdom. Jack sees the giants returning. He quickly rides to warn the king. Soon, the giants reach the ground. Jack tells a nearby monk to ring the warning bells. The king, Isabelle, and the people see the giants approaching. Everyone rushes into the city for safety. Elmont prepares the soldiers for battle. The city gates are closed. The drawbridge is raised. Jack rides across the bridge just in time. Fallon jumps across after him as Elmont knocks Fallon off the bridge into burning oil. However, Fallon survives. The giants attack the city. They throw a huge bell onto the drawbridge and destroy it. The king tells Isabelle to light the signal fire to call nearby kingdoms for help. He orders Jack to protect her. Jack and Isabelle escape through secret tunnels beneath the castle. They pass the tomb of King Eric. Suddenly, Fallon breaks through the wall beneath them. Jack and Isabelle run for their lives. Outside, the soldiers fight bravely but are slowly overwhelmed. The giants smash through the city's defenses. Fallon follows Isabelle's scent. He finds Jack and Isabelle hiding. Fallon captures Isabelle. Jack desperately fights to save her. Just as Fallon is about to swallow Jack, Jack throws the last magic bean into the giant's mouth. The bean instantly begins to grow. A giant beanstalk bursts out from inside Fallon's body. The giant is destroyed from within. The growing beanstalk also destroys part of the palace. Fallon's hand lands beside Jack, still wearing the magical crown. Outside, the remaining giants see their king defeated. They immediately kneel before the humans. Jack picks up the magical crown. Peace finally returns to the kingdom. Sometime later, Jack tells the story to his children. He explains that the giants were sent away forever. He also tells them that the princess married a simple village boy. The children ask where the magical crown is now. Jack smiles and says it is hidden somewhere safe. Princess Isabelle joins the family. Together, they live happily ever after.